Hello guys, this is Unit 2 Part H. Development after fertilization. After fertilization, how the fetus is developing. That we are gonna see here. First, in fallopian tube. The fertilization occurs in fallopian tube. The fertilization occurs in fallopian tube in ampulla region. And the fertilized day is considered as day 1. At this day, ovum is like this. And after that, internally cells start dividing. Initially the cell is divided into 2 cells, and then into 4, and then into 8, and then into 16. And by the day 4, the cell is converted into morula. Morula in the sense, it's a hard ball-like structure. Here initially the outer layer, the shield which is protecting them, is soft and light. But by the day 4, the outer layer which is known as the shield of protection will become hard. That is by day 4. By day 1 it is ovum, and next internally it divides into 2, 4, 8, 16, and by day 4 it becomes morula. After becoming morula, it leaves the ampulla and enters the uterus. Here it leaves as morula and it travels in this way and enters the uterus. At the time of entering the uterus, this morula gets converted into blastocytes. So blastocyte figure is this, and you can see here the internal cells are collected at one region, and there is, in this place, fluid is accumulated, and there is a chain like cell formation, and this chain like cell formed, and it is named as tropoblast, and the internal cells are named as embryoblast. At the time of traveling, they get embedded like this. This outer layer cell, which is known as tropoblast, will be further developed into placenta, and the inner cell, which is known as embryoblast, will be further developed into a fetus. This cell is known as blastocytes. While entering the uterus, the cell gets converted from morula to blastocytes. After entering the uterus, by the day 5, the next day, within day 6, they start getting implanted. Implantation occurs. Implantation in the sense, they'll go to the walls of uterus anywhere and they start getting to embed into it. They start getting to go inside it. This is ovum, okay? And this is the wall of the uterus. Now it started entering the wall of the uterus. From the day 6 to day 20, this implantation occurs. This phase is very important. At this stage, placenta starts developed. The exchange of blood will be started at this implantation. Now, implantation, by the day 6, implantation starts. By the day goes on, from day to 6 to 20, by the day goes on, this ovum goes deep into the wall. After entering deep into the wall, it spreads its network to find the mother's blood connection. Because this ovum doesn't have any placenta or any kind of source to supply it blood. It needs blood to be alive. So, it searches a network of blood. Like that, it spreads its, you can't see here. It spreads its network like a root and get connected to marital blood connection, and then it receives blood. By the end of 20 days, it enters the embryo, and at the stage of embryo, the fetal will be around 1 inch in length, and it has already a special organ of interexchange in the sense, it has already heart functioning. So functioning of heart is already started, CNS is started, and this embryo stage is seen until 8 weeks. 8 weeks in the sense, until 2 months, it will be in embryo stage. And after 2 months, until the delivery, it is known as fetus. And at this stage, the baby starts developing its organ, eyes, legs, hands, primary sex organs. Everything will be start developing at this stage. At this stage, it's just a 1 inch length baby which has just CNS and heart system, nothing else. But after 2 months, it enters the fetus stage where the baby starts developing hands, legs, eyes, sensory organs, everything. And this is development after fertilization. Decidua. Decidua plays a vital role in implantation. First of all, what is decidua? If you know the menstrual cycle and what are the steps occurred in the menstrual cycle, you will come to know decidua easily. Pituitary gland helps in the secretion or the increase of estrogen and progesterone. And this estrogen and progesterone hormone will helps in the thickening of uterus or helps in the lining of uterus. This lining is known as decidua. This lining is generally in the cilia or the villi like structures, which are like hair like structures. Primarily, if the lining is from the base, which is attached to the muscles, then it is called primary villi. And this primary villi day by day gets grown and divided into parts, and this is secondary villi. And further secondary villi are divided into tertiary villi. And this plays vital role in implantation because when the ovum comes, it helps in implantation. It catches and pulls inside. It helps in implantation. Okay. I will provide questions after completing this whole chapter. That's it for today, guys. Let's meet in the next video. Until then, stay tuned.